Welcome back, everybody, to Nain Shorts. Thank you for joining me once again. For those of you who've been watching, diehard fans, thank you very much. I love you guys. If you're new to this, I just want to give you a quick intro of what we're doing. I'm just discussing my personal journey in my training. The Bladed Mind is a little different in the way that we teach. We want to concentrate more on concepts and developing the individual versus techniques. So in that sense, we're not a traditional martial art. And in the last couple of videos, we've been talking about really perception. How do we view our instructors from a student standpoint? How do we view our students from an instructor standpoint? And today, I want to discuss, well, what does that really translates to? And for us in the Bladed Mind, it's self-protection. How do you view the opponent in front of you? Is there certain criteria that you look for? Is there certain ideas that you want to resonate whenever you're in front of them? Okay. Well, that's what we're going to discuss. As we said before, the main focus of whomever you look at in front of you, whether it's a student or an instructor, is really clarity. I think is the best way I can say it, and by that I mean, are you looking at exactly what's in front of you, or are you allowing your ideas of that to cloud what it is? Just as a student, do we talk up, or do we see our instructor as this can't do any wrong, is this great person that could never lose a fight, that is superhuman? Do we look at our students and only concentrate on the ones that do well physically and not the ones that show up and do the work but aren't really excelling very much? And how do we change that? And how do we use that concept when we're in front of an opponent? Now, there's two basic ideas when it comes to combat. There's the sports combat aspect of it, and that operates under the idea that there was no way to avoid the fight. You're in the fight. There happens to be a referee and a team that's backing you up, so there are rules and regulations that are going to keep you safe. But at its most basic, you couldn't avoid a fight, so now you're fighting. And whoever wins, depending on points or however it's judged, is going to win that particular bout. But that's a contest. In the street, it's not a contest. It's, will you survive? Will this person kick my butt? Are they better than me? What set them off? What triggered them? Did I do anything? And the truth of the matter is that all those questions, as great as they are, play no part into what actually happens. It's going to be one of two things. You either got into a fight or you didn't. The what, the why, and the where really don't matter, because if you're looking at it objectively, that's the only thing. As long as there's nobody trying to harm you, nobody swinging at you, you're not fighting. But if you find yourself to be an arrogant student, then maybe you instigate that a little more and it becomes what it shouldn't have been. We always talk about the fight not fought is the best one, or avoiding everything, but do you even understand how angry you can get? Have you ever trained the idea that somebody is going to throw insults at you? Talk about your mom, your loved ones, your children. Would you be able to handle that? How angry do you have to get before you lash out or you escalate the situation? All these thought processes can't happen in the moment, because once somebody actually tries to hurt you, there is no thought. You just act. But if we're unaware of this while we're training, how likely is it that when we do act, that it becomes way more than we should have done? How many punches is too many? Did you break something? Did you hurt somebody the wrong way? Because emotionally, you weren't prepared for it. What were you doing before the punch was thrown? Now, granted, there are moments where you're just cold-cocked. Somebody just blindsides you and it's a go. There is no thought process behind it, but you can see it coming. If you see it developing, are you doing everything you possibly can to avoid it? I think there are a few ideas that could be present in the way that you train that can help you alleviate some of that stress. Because I don't know about you, but being in a confrontational situation is stressful. I've been doing this for 7.5 years, and I still get scared. It's not about confidence, because too much confidence becomes arrogance, and then you become as much the problem as the guy who's mouthing off at you. Not enough confidence, well, that really has nothing to do with this situation, because what I'm talking about is acceptance. Can you accept that this person is angry? Can you accept that you are willing to take the abuse and do everything you possibly can, swallow your pride, bite your lip, walk away to avoid the situation? If you can do all those things and it still gets to a fight, well, then I think you pretty much earned the right to do whatever you need to do to get out of that situation. And again, the point is to get out of that situation. It's not an issue. It's not a win or lose. It's a, did you survive? Are you going to jail? You survived. And can you go home to your loved ones, the ones that were insulted just a few minutes ago, unharmed and possibly out of jail? Because all these things matter, but never in the moment. They always matter after the fact, which means they should matter before the fact too, in your training. Because in that instant, you can only handle with what's going on. And that's one of the things that I want to convey to you, is that you can only act upon what's happening. So Rick, if you wouldn't mind joining me, I'd like to give a little bit of a demonstration of what that's like.
Hey everybody, sorry about the noise. We are at the gym, by the way. We're just hanging out.
This is our home, so, you know, this
We
is
can't
where we
tell
gotta
people
be.
not to work out.
No, that would be terrible.
They pay money. They pay money for this.
Hey, you, be quiet now. I'm kidding.
Alright,
Well, first of all, look at him, look at me, right?
oh, hey.
I'm not, that's not, calm down.
Alright, go.
We were talking about the initial impression that you get when you look at somebody.
Right.
And if you practice this from being a student and being an instructor, where you just look at what's there, what is shown to you,
Right.
and nothing else, then you can make a clear assessment of what's going on. Now, for nobody that has seen either of us move, just by our physique and the way that we look, the way that we're standing, if I stand like this, which one of us looks more aggressive? Me, obviously. Which one of us looks like they are going to do more damage? Probably me. Ha! For those of you who know, he can kick my ass left and right and not break a sweat.
Nope, not at all.
And you've seen it plenty of times.
It's not my fault.
Now, a good martial artist said, you know, you have to be understanding about being a good martial artist, being unassuming, because you don't want people saying, I can take it.
Yeah, no, not me.
But at the same time, you don't want to look like a target.
Right.
Because if you're looking meek and scared, guess what?
You're gonna get picked on.
You're going to get
Every
picked
time.
on
Every
every
time.
single time.
Yeah.
So this is a great baseline of what I think a good martial artist should look like. He's comfortable. He's not exuding any sort of aggression. He's very relaxed in his state of whatever he's doing.
Just chilling.
Just chilling.
Just chilling.
Laughing helps a lot. You
Yes,
know,
it
nobody
does.
really finds you aggressive when you're smiling.
You know, I love this idea that you're gonna demo this.
Right.
The demo is that it's a guy just standing
Right. Oh, we're going to get more to it.
Oh, okay.
Because that's just
No,
the
no,
initial
no.
idea.
Right, okay.
Because then now you have somebody say, I'm the aggressor. Now I'm bad mouthing, I'm talking to you. I'm saying everything I possibly can to
Right.
degrade you, your family, your wife,
Hitler.
your children, Hitler pedophile, yes.
Oh,
Long story, folks. We're not going to get into that. But as you can see, you're smiling, and it is just a simulation.
right.
But if you didn't know me from Adam, would you feel any different?
Well, you know, and folks, I want you to understand that there's a couple of factors here. If he and I were the same age, I probably would do something. Because I'm older and I'm a little more wiser, I probably wouldn't want to just get into stuff. And also, if I was just an asshole, maybe I would, even at my age. Again, there's a lot of things that have to come into play.
There's a lot of episodes that you guys need to catch up on Nain's Shorts to build up to this.
Yeah, because it isn't one of those things where just because the guy looks a certain way that he's going to be that thing that we think. And again, this is your point of this episode. The person in front of you.
Right.
And if you get it wrong, it could be really bad.
Right.
You know, so, I mean, you're looking at me thinking, oh, I can take this old man. And then you end up on the ground 6 feet under, and you're like, maybe I was wrong, you know. But again, that makes it an interesting topic, and I like the idea of this because you can't just say, oh, this guy's a badass or not,
No,
because you really don't know. You know, we had a guest, Conrad Bowie.
Oh yeah.
This guy, I would have never thought in a million years that he has. Yeah, he's just
He looked like a little
very happy
dude.
and nerd and all.
Yeah, very nerdy.
But yet, you've seen his
Oh my
video.
God.
This guy's scary as
He
hell.
can move. Oh,
Yeah.
that's scary. I mean,
And he has guns.
oh,
You know, so you know, you can't take those things for granted.
you can't. So that's just the first idea. Are you cultivating this idea in your training? Are you practicing this idea in your training?
Right.
How far are you taking it? But I think a very important concept that we teach our students in the Bladed Mind is that if you get to a point where there is aggression, where there is a buildup, where you see that this could become an issue of physical confrontation, assume that person is better than you.
Right off the bat. Until they show they are not.
Until proven otherwise, assume they are better than you. Why? Because if you believe that they can kick your butt left and right, you are going to be far more cautious. Secondly, you might be more willing to swallow your ego, knowing, you know what, I could die. Hey, buddy, I'm sorry, I'm an asshole. Yeah, I apologize.
Let me buy you a drink.
Let me buy you a drink, and I'm gonna get out of here because
Right.
what's the point?
Yeah.
But also, strategically, you're already keeping yourself safe by the simple idea that you see danger. You get burned once, you don't get burned again. Why? Because it freaking hurts. You're much more cautious around things that are dangerous. So if you presume that the person in front of you is that dangerous, but then again, at what point am I a threat to you? At what point am I an aggressor? If I just do this.
Whoa, hey, back up, buddy. Now, this looked like it killed him, but I didn't. I
He
said,
didn't
whoa,
touch me.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. This is my barrier that says, whoa, are you okay? Relax, buddy. I don't want to fight with you.
Just switch.
Yeah.
Just switch.
Okay.
Just switch.
But you notice where my hands went.
Oh, yeah.
I'm controlling most of his body because of where my hand is. If he slaps it away, then I know we gotta get physical. Boom! Oh,
Now
thank
it's
goodness. now it's yours. Now you got issues because you got my hand in your eye. But again, you'll notice the stance that I take. It's one of the things that we teach the elderly, right?
Rest.
Hey, get your hand out here. Oh, hey, back away. Whoa.
Create your distance.
The moment he yanks that hand out of my way, I know enough for getting aggressive, and I'm here, and I'm already doing everything that I know I can do. I can do whatever. But yeah, you have a great point in this particular episode. So
In this particular episode.
all of his
I love
episodes.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
He is really thinking all these things. No, I like what you're saying.
No, no. Thank you very much. That was.
I gotta go.
I didn't get hurt this time, so I'm
Not
good.
this time.
I'm happy. But that example there, if we're talking about assessing something just based on what's in front of you, of the information that you've taken in from the moment you walked up to the person to the moment you walk away from the person, unless that person actually attacks you, they're not a threat no matter how scary they look, no matter how aggressive they look, no matter how much they talk to you. Until they actually attempt to cross that threshold. It's not a fight. They haven't attacked you, and you are not in as much danger as you think you may be, regardless of how much your heart is doing. Because like I said, it's not about confidence for me. And this is something I've been mulling over for a while, and I consulted Rick about this because I realized that, hey, I'm still scared, but yet I'm far more comfortable than I used to be. And it's because I can assess things in real time and say, this is really dangerous, or this is nowhere near as dangerous as I thought it used to be. Well, that's it for today's shorts. Thank you very much for joining me again. I'll see you next time. So, 3, 2, 1, cut!